Hey guys, welcome back to the MBTX Living Channel. My name is Chase Bradley.
I'm Veronica Bradley.
And today, we're going to talk about something a little bit different. So yeah, normally we don't really talk about our vacations, or we really don't need to take a whole bunch of vacations in general, but
because we work all the time.
Yeah, with this one, it was something new for us. We never had been on a cruise before. This is really our first time as a family and even as individuals going on a cruise.
Yeah, and that's why we're sharing this video, because we researched it a lot, and I watched YouTube. That's the number one thing to go to research, and we wanted to make sure that we planned accordingly because our kids are and stuff, and there's like a limited time frame for us to take a vacation, and we had an amazing time. But we're making this video because maybe we missed out on stuff too, because we're not regular cruisers. So if you suggest anything throughout our video, comment below, let us know like what we missed or what we need to do next, because we are definitely going on another cruise.
Starting this cruise off, we don't live anywhere near the ocean, right? Obviously, we live in New Braunfels, so it's a good 4-hour drive to get to Galveston. That's the nearest port where we can board a ship. So once we get to Galveston, the processing to get onto the boat was very hectic.
Yeah.
It was like, you could just imagine like 5,000 people just jammed into like a warehouse style building with a little snaking wrapping line, and it's hot in there. So everybody's sweaty and we're carrying all of our stuff, and it's kind of miserable. I'm not gonna lie. Key things that could really help you out there, whatever you're using to validate your identity, make sure you have it ready to go. And then also, if you're bringing stuff, make sure you're comfortable carrying it for at least, I would say 30, 45 minutes to an hour, because it's going to take that long to go through that line.
I think the hardest part for us carrying stuff is I decided to bring, each person can get like a 12 pack of like sparkling water. We don't normally drink soda. So I wanted sparkling water, and so each person, meaning our 10-year-old, our 15-year-old, and us two, were carrying like my sparkling water. It was like lifting weights for 45 minutes to an hour. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm not even on the cruise ship. Like, it was crazy.
After we dropped our bags off and we had them, kind of sorting out our rooms a little bit better, we went and explored the ship. We went all over. This ship is huge, and there's multiple levels. I think there was like at least 13 usable levels for us, but then there's like the crew quarters below that. So it was a huge ship, and there's a lot that you can do on it. I mean, after that, we kind of, we started eating, and then we set sail for our first destination.
We had a really great time.
So we're going from Galveston to ROatan, and
So it took 2 days.
Yeah, it's about a 2-day trip. With that, we're just enjoying everything the ship has to offer.
Which is a lot of things.
There's a ton of activities. There's pools. There's like 3 or 4 different pools, water slides.
A track, people are like working out.
Yeah.
There's like a little fitness center for kids. Like, they don't realize they're working out, but they are. Basketball court.
Ping pong, mini golf. I mean, there's a ton of things that you can do on the ship while you're at sea. Additionally, I'd say almost as much food as you want to eat.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna hold back. Like, I ate, we all ate, and it was, we love to eat.
There's a ton of other events. There's
Comedy show,
rock and roll show that they were doing. There's so much to do. They learned how to dance the Thriller,
which I've been wanting to do all my life, and I just never done it. And I wanted the whole family to do it, but it was just my daughter and I. And it was just like a little clip of the Thriller. And did you get video footage?
I got video footage.
And I'm not the best dancer, but I don't care. I love to dance. I love to sing, and I'm not the best singer, and I'm not shy. And so that was a highlight, because it was pretty cool.
So yeah, I mean, a lot of people would think like, how are you able to do all of that stuff on the ship when the ship is like tossing left and right and back and forward and all this other stuff? It was so smooth. Like, every so often you'd feel like a little bump.
And we slept good too. So we had a balcony, and I've researched to kind of get in the middle of the ship, not on the ends, because you're going to feel it more on the ends.
We kind of alluded to this earlier on, but the food, there was unlimited food. Like as many food options as realistically as you want. Anything from pizza, sushi, steaks,
burgers, fries.
Asian inspired meals, burgers, fries. There was a ton of food
vegetarian options. I ate some of the best vegetarian food on that ship. Like really, it was so good.
On the ship, the food was one thing, but once we got to our excursion, food was a whole different beast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so my favorite dish was in Honduras, and they served us sea bass. The best sea bass. So delicious. And then they had this, it's like Honduran rice, red beans, but it's like they use coconut milk. I ate my entire plate up. What was the other side with it? Plantain chips, and they were delicious. And I've had plantain chips before, but this one was like super delicious. I ate all my food and I was still hungry. And I didn't know if we can go back for seconds because it didn't seem like we could, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll pay for it. So I get up at the line. I'm like, can I have seconds? I'll totally pay for it. And they totally gave me seconds because they asked for permission. They're like, you don't have to pay. But I feel like, I was like, I'm going to get seconds. If I have to pay for this meal, I will pay for this meal. That's how delicious it was. And when I've been craving it ever since.
Even after we came back,
we're trying to remake
that same dish over and over and over again, just because it was so delicious.
Oh my gosh, I'm hungry now. Okay, let's talk about the excursions because I also put a lot of research into this. I've read that if you're going on a cruise, you should do excursions because it's kind of like that's the destination, and going to experience that is what really you're paying for. For me, I have anxiety, so I'm like, what if they brought you back late and the ship leaves without you? So I'm just gonna book through the company. And it was I'm not gonna lie, it was an extra like total $1,000 for 3 excursions. For 4 people. So we didn't get like the top of the crazy excursions, but we didn't get the bottom ones either. Like the first one we did snorkeling in Honduras. That was the best one actually, in my opinion. It was on an island. Was it an island?
Big French Key.
Yeah. Great food, great church. Did I drink on that island? Yes, I did. I bought a bottle of wine. I was like, did I drink? We did paddle boats. We did snorkeling. We went down these Mayan type
ruin underwater. It was pretty cool. There was a lot of other things, or some other smaller fish that was off.
Our kids have never snorkeled. I snorkeled, like river snorkel. So for me, just to have the kids in water where it was very deep, and even though we had our vest on, like the life jacket vest, it was still like, you know, as a mom, and they're older, like they're taller than me. I'm 5'1". But we had such an amazing time, and once my nerves calmed down, like I could have done that all day. I was sad to get back on the ship.
Yeah, it was some really amazing views. Mm-hmm. Like if you like snorkeling, you like being in the water, mm-hmm. I mean, it's definitely something I recommend. So another thing that was memorable for Honduras was I got to see a capybara, and this is not something that I've never seen one of those before. I don't even think in some of the zoos that we go to they have them, and I definitely didn't get to see one as close as I was right here.
Also, I learned that iguana is a delicacy in Belize, in Honduras, or that area.
Yeah, in that area.
And so I'm like, oh wow, like please don't feed me iguana. I want to eat bass and chicken. But yeah, that's, if you didn't know that, it's a delicacy over there.
So our second excursion was to Belize, and it was a Mayan pyramid called,
I'm not gonna even try to pronounce it because I don't remember.
xunantunich.
I didn't realize when I booked it, it was 2 hours away from where we ported. And technically Belize doesn't have a port, right? We had to take a boat. So that kind of threw us off because that eats up most of your day. And so I'm like, darn, you know? Because we didn't get to shop in Belize afterwards. We were like barely on time to get back to the boat. They would have waited for us, but anyway. So it took 2 hours to get there. And then when we got there, okay, so I was prepared to be eaten by mosquitoes because everybody told me, from what I've researched, this, like there's mosquitoes and mosquitoes love my blood. So I had long sleeves on. I had like like a fish shirt, like if I would go fishing, with like long pants, like workout pants. I had my little hat. I had my bug spray. And even as we're going through to port to get onto this bus, we had like locals say, oh, there's like big mosquitoes. Buy my stuff, like big mosquitoes. And I was like, I already have the bug spray. But we get there and there's not one mosquito. I was hot. I was drenching. The humidity was very, very high there. But it was a good experience. I sweat a lot during that. We were 1 mile away from Guatemala. Yeah. It kind of made me nervous. We were in the jungle. But once you got up on the pyramid, beautiful view. The air, there was natural air condition, you know, because the higher you get more wind. And really great history. So
that pyramid that we were on is actually one of the few pyramids that people are still allowed to get on.
Yeah.
Most of the other ruins that are in the area, you can't get on them at all. And actually
even in Mexico.
Even in Mexico, there was an active research program going on while we were there. So we got to see a little bit of that. You know, they just had like kind of a tarp covering it up, really, and they were going and digging under one of the pyramids. So it's an active research site. It's not something you typically get to see every day. A huge pyramid, and like I say huge, this thing is massive. Again, something you don't get to see every day. So yeah, I mean, it was hot, it was humid, there were no mosquitoes.
No, not
one. But it was a nice part of our trip. But yeah, for us, I mean, we're more interested in, I guess, maybe next time going snorkeling, going scuba diving, and doing stuff like that.
We will go back. I'll never do that hike again. Now, again, I'm not the one who always wants to, like, I'm a sit in place type of person, especially if I'm on the beach, I'm enjoying something. But I really did want to, it's an experience the kids will never forget, so.
So talking about sitting in place, our final excursion was in Cozumel, Mexico, and that's pretty much what we did. There was an island, it was the Isla Pasión that we were at, and it was just a perfect day at the beach. I mean, that's really what it was. They had food for us. At this place, they actually had unlimited food, so you could eat as much as you want.
And I did.
It was very good food.
It was an all-inclusion food and drinks.
We spent a good amount of time in Cozumel, just like snorkeling. Well, at least I did. Me and the kids did. She definitely spent a lot of time, like, kind of just relaxing, having fun. Because I mean, that's what we were there for, right? We were there really just to have fun. This was our last excursion. But I really like snorkeling. I wanted to get out there, and I did. You know, I guess because there were so many people, I really didn't see a whole bunch of fish, but I did see this guy right here. He was pretty cool. He was kind of playing with me a little bit, like putting my hand out, trying to, he'd run away and then come back, or he'd swim away and then come back. It was kind of cool to be able to see that. It was like a little puffer fish. There was a lot of shells because it was right on the shore. So we spent a good amount of time collecting shells, doing things like that.
Our daughter and I love collecting seashells. Even when we go to the coast, like the Gulf of Mexico and Corpus, or we're at South Padre Island, like we always bring back so many shells. Yeah. I love them.
All right, so the trip back home was the same as the trip in. Realistically, 2 more days at sea. So it was a total of 7. It was a 7-day trip. So the 2 days coming back did pretty much the same thing, right? We spent a lot of time at the pool, at the water slides. We ate a lot again, you know, in the buffets and, you know, the other little formal dining place that they have there. But we did run into a storm. So if you're interested in kind of how that goes, it
went through it.
Yeah, nothing really happened. It was
the only
kind
reason why
of
we knew is because we were coming from the dining. So you can do like fine dining or go to the little, you know, buffet type course. And so we were coming out, and all of a sudden I was like, I know I didn't drink that much wine because like it was going like this, but we all started doing that, and I'm like, what? So we go back to into our room, and we look out the balcony, and you'll see video footage, like we're in a storm. Kind of made me nervous.
Yeah, so I have a level that I used on my phone, and before we really took off, I kind of got a baseline just to see how level the ship was. We went through that storm, and it was noticeably off of level.
Yeah, because we're doing this.
But you know, it wasn't so bad. So I mean, I could see if you're just deathly afraid of the open water, that would be probably your biggest fear, right? Is being out there, getting caught in a storm. and then just, you know, having your mind just run through all the horrible things that could potentially happen there. But for us, realistically, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, after the storm, there was a beautiful sunset.
Yeah.
Gorgeous sunset.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I know this is a little bit different than our normal real estate related videos, but every so often, even as a real estate agent, we get a chance to break free from real estate life and do something that we really enjoy, just makes memories and just a memorable time in our family. If we missed anything, if you really think like you're avid cruiser and you like, hey, y'all missed out on the opportunity to do something, let us know in the comments below, because we are planning eventually on getting into another cruise, and we want to hear. Maybe we should not have gone to the excursions. Maybe we should have just planned it out and went to the beach.
Oh.
They have better beaches. Maybe whatever it is.
Yeah, we're in the process. I am in the process of looking. I'm looking, and I need all the good suggestions. So please comment below.
So, if not, guys, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.